Welcome to Step by Step Art, a set of art tutorials made for the classroom. The purpose of Step by Step Art is to provide a survival tool for the first year teacher, enhancing classroom demonstrations, and for the remediation by using the enhancements as tutorials. When I stepped out of those hallowed halls of education, with credentials in hand, I went in search of that wonderful art classroom to lavish all my creativity on. Now, with a place to teach and students that would enter in a few weeks, the question from my principal was, "What are you going to teach?" Because I need 2 weeks worth of lesson plans a week before school starts. My mind exploded. I immediately went to the web and to the bookstores to find some kind of curriculum to help me. I needed some kind of scope and sequence, a starting point, but I found no bare bones help, just a bunch of flowery, adjective-dripping text that I'm sure had good things to say if you could find it in all of that verbiage. So where do I go from here? I thought, there are plenty of seasoned art teachers out there who would be more than willing to help another teacher. How wrong I was. They either were not at school yet, or busy preparing their own stuff, lame excuse, or I found that there is a chalkboard wall that, if you have not passed the initiation of actual classroom teaching, it stands between you and mentor teachers to help. The dilemma was still looming over my head. What do I teach? The next year would be flying by the seat of my pants, learning not only what I had to teach, but also all that goes on with the policies and quirks of the county and that particular principal. The electives, I have found, are left to figure it out all on their own, and that's what I did. But I didn't feel that this is the way it should be or had to remain. So I started where I was at and created a step-by-step art teaching system for the first year ceramics art student and teacher. Now, by using this added technology, students were not limited to brief glimpses of the demonstration, obstructed by the head bobbings of 30 other students, but a clear and concise delivery of the information for all to see. I found that there was a lot less reteaching because all now had the same access. This helped address some important issues pronounced within learning theories. I had a tool that helped the linguistic logic learning style. They could read and interact and review as much as they wanted to. The visual learner now had complete illustrations to guide their learning, and the kinesthetic learner could now visualize how to physically manipulate the clay. This also provided a solution for other dilemmas that come with a traditional physical art demonstration. When the students are not paying attention or do miss something because someone or something is in the way, there is a major problem. You can't just rewind the demonstration. These students become frustrated or disinterested. The instructor now spends class time going from individual to individual, reteaching what just was taught in the demonstration. A very frustrating venue. With the enhancements, the teacher can press a button to move back in the visuals and not the physical demonstration itself to answer and reinforce those steps missed. For those who choose not to pay attention during the demonstration, they can now be referred to the classroom computers to learn on their own. This allows the instructor to direct his or her attention on individual design issues with individuals as they work on their unique works of art. This brings us to the last purpose for step-by-step art. It would be wonderful if the student population were in attendance in every class, every day, and on time. Illness, doctor's appointments, family vacations, or even deaths of friends and family cause absences of days or even weeks at a time. With a traditional delivery system, the instructor is forced to put the other students on hold in order to teach the students who are absent and bring them up to speed. With the enhancements, once again, the student can be directed over to the classroom computer to review what they've missed. The amount of instructional time needed to help these students is drastically reduced. The questions that are asked usually are more for clarification than for reteaching. The other situation is very similar to the one just addressed. For some reason, every administration that I've worked for had the idea that the electives are so pliable in content that instruction can be manipulated at the drop of the hat, and that the subject can be taught in any time frame without background knowledge. Because of this assumption, the electives become a dumping ground for those students who transfer late into the semester because of family moves or they have become a discipline problem in another school. How does the instructor deal with these students? The instructor once again must put the rest of the class on hold to bring these new students up to speed. What is not understood is this is just as hard as if they had been placed in an algebra or science class in the middle or end of the semester. The students don't know anyone to work with and are uncomfortable or embarrassed to ask questions of the teacher. They cannot speak intelligently with the students or instructor. They become frustrated and disengaged. The result is a behavior problem or a sleeping child. Wow, solution! Send them over to the classroom computer. There they can get the vocabulary, working and construction techniques, and background knowledge without the feeling of being a general nuisance by having to monopolize the teacher's or student's time. They can learn in their own space, at their own speed, without feeling uncomfortable, and the teacher is free to turn their attention to the rest of the class. The new student can now enter the working student's realm with some type of competency. They can engage the materials, students, and instructor, asking pertinent questions, and no longer feeling inept at what they are being asked to do. How freeing for the student, instructor, and the class in general. If you are interested in seeing this action research project in detail about enhanced art demonstration through technology, please visit my website at web.me.com/markwest58/site_3/welcome. Here you will find the research process and statistical information and conclusions for your viewing or use. And if you are interested in seeing the complete year-long Ceramics 1 course, visit There you will find course description, grading rubric, and project tutorials on pinch, slab, coil, and mold ceramic pot construction. Other areas are discussed such as kiln dynamics and color theory. I hope that you visit these sites and enjoy step-by-step art, and I wish you much success.